Oh, yeah, Aaron Donald's going. That's why they did this.
On the clock. There's the trade.
Wait, what?
The trade.
Really?
Eagles are on the clock,
No.
We got to trade.
Oh, who is it, dude? Who
Yes,
is it?
it's not a pick is in. It's going to be Cooper Dejean. I think Dejean, or don't look at the chat, Joey. I think you need to take that 50th pick and come up as high as you possibly can right now in the second round. And you need to take either Cooper Dejean or Edrin Cooper.
Oh, yeah, Aaron Donald's going. That's why they did this.
On the clock. There's the trade.
Wait, what?
The trade.
Really?
Eagles are on the clock,
No.
We got to trade.
Oh, who is it, dude? Who
Yes,
is it?
it's not a pick is in. It's going to be Cooper Dejean. I think Dejean, or don't look at the chat, Joey. Come on. Let's go, Brad Graham. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Dallas sucks, he said. That's awesome. Love it. Let's get it. Come on. Come on. Let's go.
Who is it, dude? Who is it?
Come on. Let's go, Brad Graham. Oh, I know. Thank him later. Let's get the pick.
Who is it?
Oh, they take forever. Yes. Commanders trade. Yes. Yes, here we go. Yeah. The Flyers!
Oh, dude, what the fuck?
The Cooper! The Flyers!
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
C'est bon!
C'est bon!
I'm dizzy. I'm dizzy.
Holy shit.
I'm dizzy. Future Eagles news today on this mother humping channel. Cooper Dejean is an Eagle. Mwah. Beautiful. What a fucking steal. What a steal. They literally got the second overall best defensive player by Mel Kiper. Oh, man. The Flying Frenchman. Hey, where's our print house? Get them Flying Frenchman shirts pumping. Get them pumping.
Dude,
wow.
That's a fucking steal.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Dude, this
You're
secondary.
We said it at the same time, dude.
I mean, did they do exactly what we talk about?
Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building. Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. This fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's a shakedown.
Shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, by the way, Kick Dig by Hero. Welcome to the Philly Shakedown Podcast with Philly 500 and Joey Shakes. Joey, what's going on, my man?
Not much, man. We're getting through the early process. We have rookie camp to talk about today. And a lot of more information coming from rookie camp. So I'm excited, man.
Yeah. I just ran the wrong ad, by the way. That was totally the wrong one. I'm so discombobulated today. My daughter just went to the prom, and I'm flipping out a little bit, dude. Like I tried to get the guy come pick him up so I could show him cleaning my gun and stuff. But it didn't work out. I'm just a little discombobulated.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Twits, what's going on? Lil G Griffith, James Vanover, Willis, Ronald, 125, Nathan, Codeman. What's going on? How are you guys doing? Legend Motorsports, how are you? Michael Kerwin, Joe Santo, Everson, Eric, Ian 890. What's going on? Tally Ford, Lacey Ford, Seabiscuit. What's up? Being TRZ, Running Wolf. What's up? Joe Santa, Richard Henry, a lot of people in here today. And we thank you so much. Go after yourself, Kyle, Chris, Mr. International, DBK, Witch King, John Jones. What is going on, everybody? Nifty, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, people thinking Dejean might replace Bradbury. Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. No doubt about it. First thing, though, we do got to talk about is this. Adam Schefter reported Eagles announced they have signed 5th-round pick Trevor Keegan. So already the Eagles have signed one of their picks. It's already happened. 5th-round pick Trevor Keegan signs. And this is another kid I really, really like the upside on, Joey. What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, no, I mean, as much as there's a bunch of, there's, the conversation of right guard right now going into camp. I mean, Keegan, a 3-year starter at Michigan, captain, I think was a Red Star player for the Eagles as well going into the draft, and over 300 passing, I think, snaps with not giving up a sack last year. So, big potential, maybe to fill that right guard spot up this year. Who knows? But I love it. Absolutely love the pick. Fantastic.
Yes. John Jones says, I want the Flying French with Cooper Dejean. You mean this one right here? Yes, this is a hot order right now, man. This thing has been flying. A lot of pre-orders for it. Obviously, you guys can get it. The link is in the description if you want, as well as some other stuff like the Trotter and stuff like that. And the number has been updated on it. So, yeah, you guys are good to go. If you're interested, just click that link in the description, Dude, what do you think about, not just Keegan, but, we had 2 other guys I can't even pronounce their names. 2 other offensive linemen, man. What do you think about those guys? We've got an Australian, 6'8", one guy's 6'8", man. They're big.
Yeah, the Lakeson Vakalahi, I got to read his name, 6'5", 318. So they got him off of the, from Australia. So the Eagles dip again into the international. I forgot what the whole thing is called, the international something. But another guy that they can mold. He's a rugby player. Another guy that they could mold and see what he could do. Obviously, the undrafted free agent from Howard, Anim Dankwa, that's 6'8", 349. I mean, there's a lot of size. I mean, but he sees size and athleticism. He's going to mold as much as he possibly can with the guys that we have. There's a lot. I mean, Mekhi Becton and, Dylan McMahon and now Keegan. There's so much depth right now and so much competition. Right. It's fantastic.
Right.
So,
Bald Eagle, thank you for the super chat. He goes, don't freak out, Philly. You're a good dad. You taught him right and wrong. Yes, but here's 5 for still reserved to calm your nerves. I'm telling you, I'm going to need a few of them. Holy crap. I can't believe how much it's bothering me, man. Yeah, it's really got me all discombobulated today. But yeah, I mean, I think those guys all have upside, man. Now Keegan, they said didn't allow a sack last year at all. I mean, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
that's really crazy. I think he's a guy that's going to make some sort of impact with his team. Now, there's talk that they might move him out to tackle. Well, what do you think of that? Anything?
I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't even hear that today. I know there wasn't a crazy amount of stuff today, but I mean, if that's their plan, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if they're going to cross train some of these guys. Like, they're not going to have every guy at right guard right now. They want to see what they have at left guard as well. Dylan McMahon can play all 3 interior spots, which is good. So if Keegan's moving up the outside, I mean, look, it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to try some other guys on the outside. So
right,
be great.
Bubba says 500. Your boy Dancilio is now saying that he thinks C.J. Gardner-Johnson is going to be a June 1st cut. This guy is a moron. Why on earth would C.J. Gardner? Does he mean Bradbury? He's got to mean Bradbury. There's no reason to cut C.J. Gardner-Johnson at all. No, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. JJ Rock Philly says, I love this team so much. We just don't give up, unlike the Cowgirls. Yeah, we definitely don't. Definitely don't. Cooper Dejean. I just ordered my Cooper Dejean t-shirt. Awesome, man. Thanks, you,
John.
Man.
Thank you,
John.
Man.
I can't wait to get mine. I'm dying.
And by the way, the numbers, so that, because what Philly showed you is an older picture, it is the numbers are updated on the site. So by the time you get the delivery, the number of Cooper Dejean's actual jersey will be there. So.
Yeah. Clark says, Joey 500, thoughts on the unscripted episode, Howie's Draft Room. Give me respect for Howie. He is a nerd, and that was amazing, GM. He's got to stay until he retires. Howie be cooking. I thought it was the best unscripted episode they've ever aired. I thought it was easily the best unscripted. I think I've watched it about 7 or 8 times. The whole time that they're sweating Cooper Dejean, on the clock, and then the Rams trade up. I thought it was fantastic. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, to see the whole process in their meetings and to see how jointed they are, the collaborative effort between everybody. But like the Cooper Dejean pick was just crazy because like they got no sleep after Cooper Dejean slid to the second round. And when he did, they tried moving up twice. Like they tried to move up multiple times. And a couple teams that picked the Rams, couple Carolina, the Rams, couple Atlanta, few teams that picked, they thought they were going to lose him. And as soon as they had the chance to move up to with Washington, that was it, man. And they did it, dude. They did it.
Yeah.
So they were sweating it.
Yeah. Yeah. Lane says, guys, will tank top shirts fit women also? I have to get back to you on that one. I don't know. Do you know off chance?
No, I don't.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I'll get back to you on that, Elaine. Bubba says Keegan is going to be our starting right guard. I'm telling you. Yeah, I really like that kid, man, a lot. Now, I question are they going to keep Becton as a swing tackle, or are they really train him to guard also? That's going to be a really interesting battle. This preseason has got some really intriguing battles in it, from the guard spot to what they're going to be doing in the secondary, dude. I cannot wait to watch. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever be in a preseason as much as I will be this year.
Yeah, I mean they better play a lot of guys. They better give a lot of guys opportunities. I mean, I know the starters have to play a lot more than a series this year. Let's agree on that. And obviously we don't know if this offseason program is going to change. Hopefully it does for the better when it comes to more demanding practices. So, we'll see.
Right. Go F yourself. Says, give me your daughter's date's name and forget about it. I'll take care of it. No problem. I like it. I got you. Yeah, what about the 6'8", 360-pound Aneem Dankwa? Yeah, that guy's huge. I mean, I don't know anything else except for that. That's a big dude, man. And we'll see. You love Stoutland working with these guys. I think that's the most important thing is letting him develop those guys.
Yeah,
I trust that he can.
Yeah, I believe it too. That's why Howie Roseman leaves the offensive lineman to Jeff Stoutland. The Dankwood kid from Howard is, I mean, when he sees a guy at that size with a lot of athleticism, he's always intrigued by it, wants to bring those guys in. This definitely, I've never seen so much there's so much that could happen, with this offensive line and the future. I think Elaine Johnson in a couple of years, there's got to be some things in the works with some of these players that they think could maybe take his spot. So we'll just have to see.
Right.
Camp's gonna be great.
No, we will. Davey, member for 1 month. Thank you so much. He goes, 500 Joe. Are you happy with our defensive line and edge options? I feel pretty good with the defensive tackles, but there is a part of me that does have concern at the edge. Just because Bryce Huff had one good year, just because we haven't seen much of Nolan Smith. And then, Jalix Hunt, who I think, may need a few years. So I don't know where he's going to be right away this upcoming year. So there is, for me, some concern at the edge rushing position, just because I don't know how ready some of these guys are. You lost a big piece in Hassan Reddick, and we've talked about that a zillion times. So the question is, can they step up?
Yeah, still hasn't signed his contract yet with the Jets. Still, I mean, till this day. I think we're putting a big gamble on, and we're not saying that Bryce Huff is going to be bad. We're saying that, how much of a big step he's going to take with more than 43% of the snaps in a rotation like he had last year. And not even just that, but big gamble on Nolan Smith. How are they going to use him this year when he barely even played last year, and they played him late in the season and when everything was pretty much over with. And our third round pick this year is going to be very interesting with Jalix Hunt. Okay. I don't know for a guy from a small school right now, a guy that transitioned from safety to defensive end in a short amount of time, 6'4", 252. I mean, moves really well for his size. Fangio's handpicked pick Okay. We talked about, could Jalix Hunt be like the gem of the draft that we didn't expect? Are we, it's going to be interesting, man. Cause Senior Bowl, he did really well behind the scenes. And, the Eagles are really high on him, and Vic Fangio is very high on him. As much as we're not a fan of the scheme, at least I could probably say I feel more comfortable that the final say on a defensive player on the line, especially, was from Vic Fangio, just to see, because he has a plan of how to use Jalix Hunt. So I don't know what you think about Jalix Hunt and what the ceiling could be.
All I could say is that there's sometimes when you look at somebody, or you listen to somebody, you watch somebody, there's something about them that stands out. There's something about them that you're like, yeah, there's something about that kid. There's something about that kid that just, I don't know if it's his personality or he's just a happy dude, but there's something about him that he has like the it factor. And I think for whatever, and I don't have utter proof. I don't have anything to show anybody except to say that there's just a gut feeling when I watch that kid and I listen to him that he is going to be a player in this league. Yeah. I don't know how long it'll take him to develop, but there's something about him that just makes that I'm like, I get it. I see what Vic Fangio is seeing. I can feel it, but I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
If they're, from what Howie said, it's like they're getting a guy in him that's like a chip on his shoulder, small school chip on his shoulder, wants to prove more. And I think that's what we're at least getting from a attitude, personality perspective. So, like, it's early in the process.
But he looks like, he looks like he's thin still. He looks like he could put on more weight. He had, from what I saw at practice, it looked like he had a good snap off the line. I don't know. There's something about him, man, that he could end up being the steal of this draft. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think I don't expect him to be a next year impact guy. I think it may take a couple of years. I don't know, but there's something about that kid that just I was watching his press conference. I'm going, man, there's something about this kid. And I started reading the comments, and other people were feeling the same thing. So, yeah, I don't know. JJ Rock Philly says Jordan Davis is looking slimmer. That's good. I mean, I haven't seen any pictures of him, but I hope he is, man. To me, he's really one of the big keys on this defense next year. He has to be better, and he has to be better shape.
Let's make her.
Sue Blaze, man, thank you for super chat. Goes, what's up, fellas? What's going on, man? How are you?
It's on Sue.
Franklin says, what cornerbacks would you try and trade since we can't keep everyone? That's a great question. I mean, we're going to talk a lot about the corners, but I mean, obviously, I don't know that you could trade Bradbury. I don't know that you could trade a guy like that. But I think you could maybe get something for some of the other guys. I'm not saying you could get much. I don't think you could get mid-round picks or something. But, I mean, maybe you can get something late pick, something future pick for McPherson or some of these guys. I don't know. But they can't keep everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they kept how many corners last year? 7. They kept a lot last year. Though I think the ones we were confused on, they kept 7 corners. Well, not confused, but they kept 7 corners. They kept 3 tight ends that, I think 4. I forgot how many. It was a few tight ends. They usually keep, a few, but depending on what they do during the off season, like there's going to be a lot more. They're going to keep probably more offensive linemen this year. The things are going to change. So the competition is going to be more crazy. Once we get these full pads on and we get into joint practices and preseason games, it's going to get crazy. So
yeah,
it's going to be tough.
Exactly. Fly Eagles Fly 97, man. Thank you for super chat. He goes, Mark has fake subscribers, Philly. He buys them. He buys them. He buys them with his 90 videos a day. Dude, if I did 90 videos a day, I better be going up the way Mark Holm goes up subscribers. I have no idea. You have to talk to him about that. I don't really look at I don't even know where he's at. So but that's funny. Poor Mark, he hit a break. Go get him. Ryan, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Howie wants Q to live and sleep next to Slay. Yeah, but I'm sure Slay's wife doesn't. I'm just saying, But yeah, I think that Mitchell should learn as much as he can from Slay. No doubt about it. But I wouldn't want. If I'm Slay, I wouldn't want him living with me. That's for sure.
No.
But I hate Mitchell's number. By the way,
30.
He's got to change that number. He's not keeping that number.
No,
I don't know. I don't even know if Cooper Dejean will keep his number. Although 33, like if you're a safety, that could be an interesting
that's
number.
Not bad. Yeah, it's not
yeah.
bad.
Leon Banks, remember for 5 months, he goes, as of now, give me your starting defensive backs, including slot. Well, if you're gonna say week 1, right? If we're gonna say week 1, I'm gonna say this is what I think it will be: Slay, Bradbury, and I'm just being honest. Week 1, I would say it's probably gonna be Slay, Bradbury, Rodgers in the slot, and then you have C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Blankenship. Now, if you say week 7, week 8, I'm going to have it completely different. It's going to be Slay, Mitchell, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Dejean, and then Rodgers in the slot. I think at some point those two start. I'm sorry, watching them on the field, there's no way you're keeping those two guys off the field this year, in my opinion.
No, I mean, I agree with my alignment will probably be the same as yours with the secondary, because it does change later on in the season, because I don't think Bradbury is going to last throughout the year. But from like the last comment that we just had on like when Roseman says, "Oh, sleep with live with Slay and do all this," I just feel like, I don't know. I felt like if Bradbury was already going to be out the door, then he would have already been out the door already. If Quinyon Mitchell was up there on their board and they were going to go grab him, you can't sit out Quinyon Mitchell half the season. I'm sorry, but at this point, like, I feel like they have to do something with him. I don't think they're affected too much if they, extend him and then cut him post-June. And even if it's dead cap of, $10.5 million, they split that up into 2 years. I mean, 5.5 each year really won't be that bad to eat up. So I don't know how I feel if Bradbury starts over Quinyon,
Well, I don't know if he's even going to be on this team. I'm just assuming with the roster is as it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. John Jones says, I would trade Slay. Here's the interesting thing, right? And I bring this up, and people think about this. Those who say that Richard Rodgers is an outside corner, okay, then if you really, truly believe that, and you want Quinyon Mitchell to start, how are you going to keep Rodgers behind Slay?
You mean Isaiah Rodgers?
Or how are you going to keep Mitchell behind Slay? Why do I say Richard Rodgers?
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's all right.
It's Isaiah Rodgers. I don't know. I have Richard Rodgers tight end on the brain. Isaiah Rodgers.
Right.
How are you going to keep him behind Slay? To me, like if he's really an outside corner, which some people think he's going to play outside corner for us, then you're basically taking a guy who's already a starting corner and you're sitting him on the bench. You really have to play him in the slot. Otherwise, you've got to consider moving both corners, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I mean, what are you just going to use Isaiah for kick returns and just call him a special teams pedigree?
He's a starting corner.
I know.
And if he's an outside corner and you have him behind, let's say you put him in Bradbury's spot, okay, well now you're not using Mitchell. To me, that's a waste. I put Mitchell where Bradbury is. So now you have Rodgers. If he's not a slot corner, he's on the bench. So it doesn't make sense to me. He's got to be in the slot. He's got to be your slot corner. So Mitchell then takes Bradbury's spot. Slay stays where he is. And then you want to get Dejean on the field. Well, the spot you're going to do it is safety. Well, so I think that's how it'll work.
Well, yeah, because you have another spot open at safety. So, like, obviously Sidney Brown won't be back, and he won't be back for the offseason program. But you have to think about this, too. Like, nickel isn't deep as everyone thinks it is, because McPherson's coming off an ACL. Tyler Hall got signed, but he's been good when he gets he just hasn't been consistent because he doesn't play consistently. When he does, he's good. And then you bring Maddox back, which at this point, if they start Maddox at nickel, I just don't trust it. There's no liability. It's just a liability
I don't think
at
Maddox
this
is going
point.
to make it, dude.
No, I don't
I don't
either.
think Maddox will make
So
it. I think Maddox is gone.
you got to do something with Isaiah Rodgers. You got to at least try to cross train the inside.
I think you have to play him inside. I think he has to play inside to get the most out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're really getting a starting caliber cornerback, and you're putting him on the bench. And then if you put him out there in Bradbury's spot, then you're essentially putting Mitchell on the bench for a year. I don't want Mitchell and I don't want them sitting on the bench. I want them playing. That's why I have Barkley. That's why I have a good offense, so that I can play these young guys now and let them learn. And if you're totally wasting their rookie years and then playing and getting that experience if you don't play them. So the only way that I see you doing that is Rodgers has got to be in the slot. He's got to go and play in the slot as a slot corner this coming year.
Right. No, I agree.
Nifty, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, Jordan Davis better be slimmer, dude. He was a blimp. He looked like as soon as eggnog season started, dude, blew up. I think he was drinking a lot of eggnog. Lewis, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, Red Stars picks known so far. Keegan, Shirley, Nia Smith. Who do you guys think were the other two? Mitchell?
Yeah,
Mitchell and what you call it?
Dejean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philly, no, we read it. We laughed at it. It was about Mark Holmes and him buying. You said he buys subscribers. I said that you have to talk to him about it because I don't even know where he's at. But that's pretty funny because Mark just keeps getting crushed, and we laughed. So we did read it. Let's see here. Nifty, thank you for Super Chat. Goes Slay, Ringo, Mitchell, Dejean, Rodgers, McPherson, stay. So Slay, Ringo, Mitchell, Dejean, Rodgers, McPherson today. So what about Ricks? I want Ricks to make it over McPherson. Like I like Ricks. I don't want Ricks to
But Ricks don't play inside. That's the problem. McPherson was supposed to be the backup to Maddox as the nickel last year, and he got hurt. And we lost both of them last year. And then we were flip-flopping inside guys nonstop because Ringo can't play inside, Ricks can't play inside. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Bald Eagle, thank you for Super Chat. Bradbury will play to increase trade value. But the only problem with that is if he plays bad, it increases trade value. He's got to play good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Young Truth, thank you for Super Chat. Goes Jakeem Grant and John Ross looking real nice. Yeah, well, now they were invited to minicamp. They haven't signed a contract with the Eagles as of yet. So,
I have to talk about that too, because the one thing they haven't done in years, which I actually really enjoy right now, the Eagles are bringing in just so much speed, even if they're not just going to be prime wide receivers. So just think about it. Your kick return is wide open right now because Quez is gone, Boston Scott is gone, and punt return could have some competition as well. So they brought in John Ross, Jakeem Grant, that's 31. I think he hasn't played since 21. He has 6 career touchdowns at kick return. Okay. 31 years old, though, so they're bringing a veteran presence. Now, this other guy, Praise Alatoke, this is another guy they brought in from Ohio State, never played football. He's a track and field star. Just found out about this yesterday. So they're just bringing in, which I can respect so much. They're bringing all these just speed guys in, which is awesome. So,
yeah, they want speed in the slot. That's what they're looking for. Yeah, Paris Campbell has speed. John Ross has speed. And that's exactly what they're looking for. Rhonda, what's going on? Wanted to pop in, say hello, and show my support. Shout out to you. Thank you
Rhonda.
For stopping in. Appreciate it. Let's see. I think they're waiting to see what Trashberry looks like in OTAs. Yeah, they might be. I mean, that might be what they're going to do. They might go with Bradbury at the beginning of the year. They might just keep him. I don't know. But, I mean, my hope is that you could get Quinyon Mitchell on the field this year. I want him playing, man. I don't want these guys sitting. Yeah, Isaiah. I always say Richard Rodgers because we had Richard Rodgers at tight end for like 3 years. So it's just a bad habit. Nifty Daver Super Chat goes, maybe Dejean is shadowing Bradbury. I think if you play base it on this, right? His first day at minicamp, they got him at safety. They got him in the slot. They got him on the outs. They're moving him everywhere. So that tells me already that they're thinking the same way with him. To get the maximum value out of Dejean, you can't just stick him on the outside. I don't think you would be maximizing what he can give to you and what he can bring. So he's going to be floating around, and it may take a little more longer for him to get on the field than Mitchell because of that. But you got to find a way to utilize his talent. So I don't know that I think he's shadowing Bradbury. They list Mitchell as a cornerback. They list Dejean as a defensive back.
Yeah.
And thank you for that super chat. Chip Tooth Eagle, thank you for the super chat. He goes, cry, Couch Boys, cry. On the road to therapy. Cry, Couch Boys, cry. Take some Prozac 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. White Rewind. There you go. Thank you, my man. And I love Mark Holmes with the Dax stinks. Love it. Let's see. Come on, guys. New coaches, young players. Let's do the math. What is it equal?
Yeah,
I don't understand. What is it equal?
The cuts are going to be tough because now the rules have changed like last year. So there's not like 3 dates for cuts anymore. Now it's like literally one day you have to cut everybody. I think it's like 1 day now. So it's going to be tough.
Yeah, to get to the 53-man roster. Justin Ziegler, thank you for the super chat. He goes, with the undrafted free agents Milton and Shipley, is Gainwell done? Well, Shipley will make the team, but I don't know that Gainwell's gone. I don't know that Gainwell's gone at this point. We have to see something out of the undrafted free agent running backs before we could say that. I would say no. The question is will Gainwell be the 2-back or will Shipley?
Yeah, Shipley, yes. Kendall Milton's actually like a pure like he's from Georgia. He's a pure bruiser back. North and South runner, really. So they actually brought in a pure bruiser type back, and depending on how many backs they keep. I mean, I don't know if you've watched more on Will Shipley lately. I've become a pretty big fan.
I haven't watched a ton.
Yeah,
I've been really fascinated with Jalix Hunt. That's I've been watching a lot of because there's something about that kid. Justin Ziegler, David Supercheckers, what is Rick's and Ringo's role in this defense? I think I see Ringo as an outside corner. I see Ringo as a starting outside corner in a couple of years when Slay goes. So I see Ringo behind Slay. Hopefully he could play on the outside as a starter in a few years. So you have Ringo on the outside. You have Mitchell on the outside. You have Dejean and CJ as safeties. And then you have Isaiah Rodgers in the slot. That's how I see it. So to me, Ringo this year is a backup corner. That's how I see him. Ricks is a little more difficult in terms of is he another outside corner? Is he inside? I think Ricks's talent is there. I would like to see him, be a depth piece and make this roster, dude. I would.
Yeah, no, I think so. Ringo's got a good shot in a year or two to start.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, if you take Dejean and Mitchell and you put them as your outside corners, then Ringo is pretty much just a back. It ain't gonna last long, So I mean, we'll see. Nifty, thank you for super chat. He goes, we'll be a bit bummed if Dejean isn't a cornerback sometimes. Sometimes he will be. That's the great thing about him. He won't. I don't think he'll be a guy that's like he's always a safety or he's always a slot corner. He's going to be one of those matchup guys. You want to match him up with this receiver, you put him outside, you put him inside, you put him on a tight end. Like you've got to use him like that. Like a lot like the Eagles. Think of the way Malcolm Jenkins was used with the Eagles. I think that's what Dejean gives.
And if Mitchell doesn't start this year and Bradbury's out there, what if Bradbury's struggling? What if Dejean's playing so good that they'll just throw him at outside corner just because a cornerback is struggling? Like they could do that as well. But I don't want to get into that situation though during the year. I just don't want to get into that situation.
No. Joshua, thank you for the super chat. Goes, Will Shipley would be starting on the Cowboys. Yeah. So would Kenneth Gainwell, as far as I'm concerned. You know, so Bubba says, have Slay take the number 1 wide receiver, have Mitchell in the number 2, so he can use the game speed and see how he handles it. But I think by the end of the year, he will switch with Slay taking the number 2 wide receiver. Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think that would be a great way to start. But the thing is are the Eagles going to play? Are they going to let him shadow the best receiver? That's one thing that I never understood with this system is you get a Slay who goes and plays Jefferson really, really well, and then they don't shadow him at all.
Yeah.
And then it's just like it never made sense to me to not put your best corner on the best wide receiver.
Yeah, they strayed away from it. It was horrible. Like that was the best game because when you put Slay to the test, man, he does a great job. But when you just sit him on one side, sitting back 15 yards, 8 to 10 yards, whatever it is. I mean, that's what happens with the off ball stuff. That's why we're not a big fan of the scheme. So
yeah. Chuck the Eagle Fist says McPherson's getting cut. I don't even know what people see in him besides a decent special teamer. I think it's going to be a tough road for him coming back from injury. And then with the amount of young corners and defensive backs we got, it could be.
Yeah. At the end of the day, he's a 4th round pick too. So he's not really he's a 4th rounder. He's not a 2nd rounder.
I'm gonna be honest. He hasn't shown me all that much.
No.
So we got 760 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're on my channel, hit the link in the description. Go sub up my man Joey Shakes. Make sure you sub him up.
Appreciate it.
Tortiville says can't get too high on John Ross. He hasn't shown anything in the NFL so far, and it's been about 5 years for him now. Yeah, that's true. Which takes us to Smith. I think Anaya Smith has a legit shot to win that slot receiver because I don't know what you're going to get from. They don't even. Well, John Ross isn't even signed right now. He was just invited to rookie camp. But I don't know what you're going to get out of Paris Campbell. I don't know what Devontae Parker have left. This kid may be able to win that slot receiver spot. It's open. I still think that there's room on that wide receiver and that slot receiver, man. What do you think about him and the possibility he could start?
Oh God. The Eagles think really highly of him. I know that. He's a open field killer. He's off the line explosiveness and he could catch in traffic really well. He's got toughness to him. I think with his size at 5'9", 190 pounds, I think he's perfect to play the slot, and he's got the speed and everything. And I know he didn't practice the other day either. He was dealing with an injury that I guess before the draft he was dealing with something. So I guess he didn't play for a day. Nothing crazy. So he's not getting hurt right now just by sitting out rookie camp because he's making the team regardless.
Right.
So I'm very high on him to start wide receiver 3 this year.
Yeah.
Very high.
Fitness Warlord gifted 5 Philly 500 memberships. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I think he gifted some to you. Did you get gifted something?
He did. Same. This is the same person. It is the same person. Thank you, Fitness Warrior, for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. We appreciate that. And whoever got it, welcome to the channel members for both channels.
Definitely.
Rogue says, actually, guys, I think they bring in the speed guys for the new kickoff returns. They aren't going to be doing. Now, do you think Dejean will compete with Covey in terms of kickoff returns and punts?
I don't know.
He's definitely good at that.
Yeah, Shipley's done it. Dejean's done it. Isaiah Rodgers more of a kick returner. They have a bunch of guys now, so we're going to see a lot of reps between all these guys during camp.
Yeah. Here's the other thing you have to consider, right? When you talk about Dejean and moving around, I don't think there's going to be one set place that he goes. I think he'll be outside sometimes. I think he'll be in a slot sometimes. And I think he'll be at safety sometimes. But a guy like Reed Blankenship, who cannot stay healthy and on the field consistently, if he's out, Dejean's going in there, dude. And Dejean goes in there, he ain't giving it up.
No.
I'm telling you right now.
No.
I'm telling you, I can tell you right now, watching rookie minicamp, just watching him and Mitchell out there. Those guys are players, man. They're absolutely players. You could tell, you can just tell. they're going to be really, really good. Both those guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be New Pick City, right, Joey? New Pick City in Philly. That's right. New Pick City. Hint, hint. Justin Ziegler, thank you for the super chat. Wonderful how they will use FSU's Wilson in the offense. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what he does.
Johnny, yeah. I mean, there was speculation that they would maybe move him to tight end, so and that was shot down.
Small.
That no.
He's
Johnny,
too
what
thin.
Johnny? Yeah, he's too. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
He's
he
too
is
thin for tight end. He'll get crushed by a linebacker into a million pieces, dude. Yeah. I think he's a receiver.
Yeah. All right.
John Wilson, welcome to Dingbat Nation, buddy. Thank you so much, man. Welcome to Dingbat Nation. AJ always open Brown says Johnny Wilson would be nice in the slot. Yeah, I think in the slot as
red zone target,
in the red zone, something like that. Yeah, why not? I'm all about that. Let's see here. Deepest defensive back room. This is the most talented defensive back room with young talent that I can remember the Eagles having since probably Lito, Sheldon Brown, Michael Lewis, when they were rookie,
Crazy.
Where do you think? I mean, you've probably watched more whatchamacallit on Shipley. You've probably watched more video on Shipley than me.
Oh yeah.
What are your thoughts on him?
Oh, he I mean, Shipley, I mean, we saw from the video that we saw of the draft, we heard that he had a brain tumor in high school, I think his senior year, something like that, which is kind of crazy. Glad he's better from that. Yeah, Shipley has got, I mean, as a receiving back, as a punt returner that he's been, I mean, he's patient in the run. And when he finds that open grass through the tackles, he's just got a ton of speed. He's not going to push the pile too much, but he's a screen type back. I mean, you could use him as a receiver. You could move him all around. The athleticism is there. You got to watch more of him. I think he's a Kellen Moore type back. I think potentially he could be the number 2 back behind Saquon, especially after Gainwell's contract is up after this year. I think he's a great fit here. I think he's going to be tremendous.
Gainwell last year of his contract. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you.
I'm not smiling. Oh, man. Torteville says, Ricks was better than Ringo in the first half of the season. Then Ringo was better than Ricks by the end of the season. Ringo is probably going to be a starter. I think so. I think Ringo showed at the end of last year he's got starting potential on the outside. So to me, I want to maximize my cornerbacks and my defensive backs. This is why the whole Isaiah Rodgers on the outside thing makes no sense to me at all, because you're then either sitting a legit starting corner, which Isaiah Rodgers is, or you're sitting your rookie corner, and I don't want to do either. So I want them to play. I think Ringo sit one more year behind Slay, let him learn. Let him be there behind him, and then I think you give him a chance to start the following year. So then you'll have, Mitchell and Ringo on the outside, Dejean, safety, slot, wherever he's going to be that Malcolm Jenkins role. You have C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and then you have Isaiah Rodgers in slot. I think that's a very formidable secondary. I think it'll be in a couple years one of the best secondaries in football.
Yeah, I mean, look, we thought we were deep last year, but because of the way last year went and the evaluation of players, how do you evaluate players after a year like you had last year when you didn't even know, when the coaching had no idea what they were doing, especially at defensive coordinator? Like, I agree. Like, Ringo played better at the end of the year because the first couple starts under Matt Patricia, he actually played really well. So I think there is something there. Ricks has flashed, but he definitely needs more time. And, Isaiah Rodgers coming to the mix. So if you already had Quinyon Mitchell and you had Cooper Dejean already on the top of your board with with Isaiah Rodgers already coming to the building, what is the plan with Isaiah Rodgers? That is the question going into camp and where they're going to put him, where they're comfortable with him.
See, I believe that he was brought to be inside because otherwise, why would you cut Avonte Maddox the way you did?
Yes.
You know, it
Agreed.
doesn't make sense. Sig Vic says, what about Sidney Brown? Sounds like he's on the bench and special teams at best. Well, he's coming back from injury, right? So he comes back, I think, around November. I think is what they were saying. I think he said he might come early. Then the injury's coming back from. It usually takes a full year. So I think that, you have to wait about 2 years to really know with him. But at this point, I mean, I see him as a legit backup safety. That's what I see him as.
Truly.
It's a shame he got hurt.
In a useless game. In a useless game.
It's a shame. Livewell says he's like 235 pounds, so he could get to 250. Johnny Wilson will be a future tight end. He might be. I mean, listen, he's 6'6". He should be able to put on a decent amount of weight. But, I'm talking specifically about going into this season. I don't see him being able to go into this season as a wide receiver. Now, in a couple years, yeah, he could be 250, 260. He's 6'6". He could put on weight. But right now, this upcoming year, I don't think he's a tight end.
No.
Cherokee Middle says, I just got my Axeman Jr. hat shirt. Wow, you did?
Thanks, Cherokee.
Really?
Awesome.
Good job, man. Got it before me. Good for you. Good, man. I can't wait to get mine. Thank you for purchasing it. Joshua Dominguez, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, they will use Dejean like Tyrann Mathieu. I think something like that is what you're going to see. He's going to be all over the place. That's, to me, the best way to use his talent. But, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what they do, Like some people, I think, look at it and go, well, he's not that valuable if he's not an outside corner. I see it completely different. I see it like this is a unique player that can do something very few players can do. So you have to use them to that talent. I don't look at it as like a demotion from playing outside corner. I don't.
No, it's not. It's Malcolm Jenkins did it for years. I mean, you have a corner with safety background, a safety with corner background. I mean, you can have a guy like that can move around. Like, not just you could just move the guy around and he plays okay at other positions. This is a weapon for your defense. This is more value than sitting him at one position. So I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. Oh, and he says, Jakeem Grant return specialist. Yeah, he's a return specialist too. Now, he didn't sign a contract. He's also he was an invitee, right?
Right.
So we'll have to see if they sign any of these guys that they invited to camp. We'll find out. They don't necessarily have to do it right away. Sometimes these guys will go to multiple teams, like rookie camps and stuff, before they sign with one team. Uptown says a trade for Najee Harris or Ramador Stevens would be our 2017 LeGarrette Blount J.J. move in 2020. Well, Najee Harris, they didn't pick up his option year. So he is going to be a free agent. I'm shocked that he hasn't been better. I thought he was going to be a stud, but for whatever reason,
dropped off.
It's just interesting, Prediction: Trotter Jr. Pro Bowl beats out White as a starter week 1. Listen, I probably have argued more with people about Trotter Jr. than anything because people get mad when I say that he's going to start by the end of the year, but I think he is. But I think it's also partly because of what Dean is. I mean, Dean can't stay healthy. He's got to play. He doesn't play. But people also forget that White is here for 1 year. If White is really bad, the Eagles don't re-sign him. If White is really good, do they really pay a linebacker all that money? He could be gone 1 year. I think Trotter's going to be done. I think Dean will start early, and I think Trotter will replace him at some point in the season, and it will and that will be his job, and that will be that.
I think everybody's very low on Trotter Jr. right now, that he's not going to make the team. He's not even going to make it an inch past what they have on at linebacker right now. I'm very high on Jeremiah Trotter. Nobody's going to convince me he ain't starting. He will. Fitness War, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, just get the 5 memberships.
both channels to support you both. Thank you for your content, folks. Can't wait for those tanks. Man, thank you, Fitness
Thanks,
Warrior,
Fitness.
man. We appreciate that, man. Yeah, we read them out earlier, man. We really, really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. Shout out to you. Thank you. I'm getting the Axeman 2. Yeah, the Axeman 2, man. I believe in Trotter, dude. I do. Maybe it's because of his father. Maybe I'm biased, but I think this kid's a player, man. And I think that, like, I think people, not just the Eagle fans, but I think people, the outlook for him was soured on so quick. And I don't think that there's a huge we have a lot of depth at linebacker anyway. So when you say you have to beat out somebody, I mean, we're not talking about, Ray Lewis he has to beat out. We're not talking about that. There's not really that many great linebackers on our team. Let's face it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, there's pressure on him, but they've said, Trotter Jr., when it comes to his like work ethic and determination, it's limitless, and that's what he's going to show every day because of N'Kobe. I mean, this is insurance policy too. I mean, we wanted to draft another linebacker at least because we wanted someone here for multiple years to produce. That's it. You have the new linebacker coach with a lot of, he's produced Pro Bowlers from Tennessee, and so you have a lot of, you have some older coaches here with a lot of experience. So hopefully they turn them into something. So
absolutely. Danny, David Supercheck goes, am I the only guy super high on Shipley? No, I mean, Joey's big on him too. I mean, I don't think he's going to supplant Barkley, but I mean, we'll see. Grunch versus we need shirts with 500 sleep text quotes. Oh my gosh.
I got plenty.
That's why I don't do crack. Yeah, I mean, dude, my wife has the list of them. We could do that. That's not a bad idea, actually. It would make no sense, but that was so funny, dude. I was texting Joey.
Yeah, you were. No idea. No idea.
Paul Deagle, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, Odell went for 1 year, $3 million up to $8.5 million worth it for us. 1 year, $3 million up to $8.5. Yeah, I mean, I would think it would have been worth it.
Yeah,
but I guess the Eagles don't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see. Let's see. Have we not talked? Was there any players we haven't talked about? Is there anybody that, especially rookie wise, what we're missing?
Trying to think.
Yeah, Nifty. David Super goes, Ricks is just a slept slow to run man on a DK type. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's going to be. I'm going to be pulling for Eli Ricks. I like Eli Ricks, but I don't think at this point. I don't think he's necessarily. I really been. There's a lot of defensive backs, a lot of young guys that are going to be competing. So I'm hoping he'll make the team.
He's had good flash and man-to-man, but off-ball, he's not great. Right. I mean, there's a lot of corners that don't have fast break tackling that just are not good. Like Quinion Mitchell is great because he's there before the ball gets there, and his tackling is fantastic. So,
yeah. Young Truth David Super Chat goes, Ringo only problem is looking up for the ball. Yeah. Just saying. Yeah, I mean, listen, Ringo, I still think Ringo needs another year of development. Sitting behind Slay, sitting behind the starters, playing when he has to. But I think another year for him to develop. I think he'll be ready. But I think he took a big step between the beginning of last year and remember the preseason how bad he looked, and then towards the end of the year.
It happens.
Yeah. Lorenzo, David Super Chat goes, did you see Jordan Davis in the weight room? He slimmed down. I haven't noticed. I didn't see it. I need to see it because I think about that during the day sometimes. I'm like, I wonder if my man Jordan Davis is I hope he's getting in shape because I really think that the defense is the key is those two defensive tackles got to be up to par, man. They've got to be. Vernon Warren, David Super Chat goes, Blankenship can't cover. He has to go. Hey,
Phil, you want to talk about
a lot of hate for it, but I'm not. I think he's a backup safety. I've said this. I don't think he's a starter.
I'm just gonna say, dude, you see how many at least from my experience as a YouTuber when it comes to Reed Blankenship, like everybody defends Reed Blankenship. For what reason, I don't know. Like they think he's the second coming to, I don't know, sliced bread.
Well,
I don't know.
remember. I mean, there's other players that people do it for. It's like sometimes when you have a stinky position, and it's not really that good. The guy who's an average guy that's just getting a lot of time making plays, everybody looks at what he did stat wise, and they say, "Oh, blah 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 blah." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, he's here. So they extended Reed. He's here for another year after this year. So you're going to have him for another year. So they made that just in case. So as a role player, I think he's great. I just think the coverage isn't good. And I'm not just starting a guy because he's physical at tackling. But Zach Cunningham was a good linebacker, part of a bad group. Reed Blankenship, good safety, but part of a bad group besides Chauncey, obviously.
I think Reed Blankenship is a decent tackler.
Yeah.
I don't think he's great in coverage. And I know some people have been saying to me, well, he's just as athletic as Dejean. It's not even close. He's not even close to the same athlete as Cooper Dejean. So I think that's a position that you could still upgrade. I do. And I don't dislike Reed Blankenship. I just think he's a good depth safety. I do. T.L. Hopkins, thank you for super checks. What you think about Cam Akers? The running back? Is he talking about the running back?
Yeah,
he hurt. I think
he was with the Rams.
He was with the Rams. I thought he signed with the Vikings or something.
Yeah.
But he was also injured. I think he had I don't know if it was the ACL or Achilles or what, but I know he had a big injury. So I don't know where he is with that. Nifty Davis Super Chat goes, Jordan Davis looks like Big Mama. As long as he plays, man. As long as he plays.
The defensive line, it is making me nervous a little bit. It's making me nervous because after this year, it's like, Milton Williams is gone. Davis has one more year left after this year, but the Eagles might just be like, if he has a bad year this year, they might be done with him. They might just play him out for his rookie deal and just say, be done, then losing Brandon Graham to retirement, so it's just, there's a lot of gambles.
That's where you really take a chance that Bryce Huff and that Nolan Smith are going to develop into guys, because if they don't, and you're not getting home and you're not getting the quarterback, we're all going to be talking about why did they get rid of Reddick.
I know.
Daniel Son says, I'm sorry to disagree so strongly. Hey, I respect any disagreement. I'm assuming that we're talking about Blankenship, but I respect it. A lot of people, I have a lot of debates back and forth in the comment sections about Reed Blankenship. I respect it. I just don't think he's a legit starting safety. Bald Eagle, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Blankenship was the best coverage safety in the league per PFF and led Pro Bowl votes for safety last year before downfall of our defense. The PFF with their numbers and their analytics, I don't care what it says. I can't say that there's so many times the PFF has analytics that they put up there and say something I disagree with, that when I agree with them with something, I don't like to say, oh, well, PFF said it, because there's a lot of things that they say that I don't agree with. I don't know about the Pro Bowl votes. That's a popularity contest.
Yeah, Pro Bowl is nothing. Pro Bowl means nothing.
I don't put a lot of stock into that. But the key to your thing is, before the downfall of our defense, they downfalled. And he wasn't that good. And not only that, but he's always hurt. He's always getting banged up, nicked up. Listen, I know a lot of people like Reed Blankenship. I like him. It's nothing personal. But when you look at him and I look at a guy like Cooper Dejean, it's not even close. The type of athletes you're getting. It's just not.
No, I've said it over and over again. I just don't think he's just some top talent that everyone thinks he is, when he's really not that.
I don't either. I think he's like Singletary. Remember Singletary when he was, or even remember the 1 year Nate Gary had a lot of tackles? I mean, the guy couldn't stink more than Nate Gary, but he had a ton of tackles. So everybody's talking about how great he is. and they used to give me crap. I couldn't stand it. So we'll see. We'll see. Listen, I hope Reed Blankenship goes out there and plays like Brian Dawkins. I hope so.
Well,
but I don't.
The tackling stat's stupid because it's like, okay, is he tackling guys 15 yards when they're upfield? Like, you know what I mean? You got to take some things into account. If
when
he helps with the tackle,
has that many tackles, it could mean that everybody else is.
And they weren't blitzing safeties last year, so let's get that. They weren't blitzing. I mean, they couldn't blitz at all. They didn't know how to blitz. They weren't trained to blitz or run stunts or do anything. So,
right,
Yeah,
and I don't want to bash.
I'm not dogging him. No,
it's not my intention.
No,
I'm just saying that when I look at Cooper Dejean and I take him at safety in place of Reed Blankenship, you're getting a giant upgrade in a guy, in an athlete.
He's athletically better. He's just athletically better. That's it.
Without question. KSF says Reed Blankenship will have a breakout season and lead the league in interceptions. I am. We are gonna mark this. I'm gonna take a picture of this comment. If that happens, I will buy you a Reed Blankenship jersey. Straight up, I'm taking a picture. I'm gonna save this comment because I don't believe it's gonna happen. But if it does, I will eat crow. I will come on here, eat crow. I will kiss. No, not literally, but I will kiss up to you, and we will get you a Reed Blankenship on me. But I don't see it happening. Dylan Jordan, David Super Chat goes, I'm telling you, Bradbury should move to safety. Yeah, well, I mean, some people think because he's kind of big and he's a little older. I mean, they could,
right.
Pause. No diddy. But I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if I think Bradbury even makes the roster. I just don't know.
Before moving him anywhere, yeah.
Right. Witch King says, I'm happy that all the Surtain quote rumors have stopped. Yeah, they're dead.
Done.
They went silent.
Yeah, finished.
Yeah. Nathan says, the man chased down Josh Allen. What does everybody talk about? He's plugging holes. He's grabbing 2 offensive linemen. Here's what happened. Jordan Davis. I mean, dude, that was one of the most amazing things I ever seen, him chase Josh Allen. But if you watch right after the play, he's laying there like this for about 3 minutes. He's just laying there like this, and he ain't moving. He lifts his head up a couple times like this, and it was like done. His season was over. The problem with Jordan Davis is Jordan Davis has flashed, he has flashed really good stuff. Like early in the year, the way the run he was stopped, he just has got to be conditioned enough to make it through the year because he ran out of gas. And after that chase down, he was on empty, dude. He was on empty. So that's the issue with Jordan Davis to me.
True. I agree.
So you don't think we trade for Surtain? No.
So you don't think?
Oh, Danielson says no. I actually agree completely. Oh, okay. Well, I misunderstood what you were talking about then, so I apologize. Let's see. No way we don't sign Davis, even if he plays bad this year. Look at Derek Burnett. We just don't know when to cut him. I'm still a Davis believer. What do you mean, Derek Burnett?
Yeah,
they should have cut Derek Burnett 2 years before they did.
He's the reason why Nolan Smith probably didn't play the whole season last year because Nolan Smith should have played more last year. I don't care
that he went to Houston and played good at the end.
He had 2 sacks. Okay, he had 2 sacks. Whatever. 2 sacks.
But I do agree with you, Dad. I do think they'll pick up Jordan Davis's option here. I do. And I think Jordan Davis is going to be better. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I hope so, yeah.
Nelson Angler says, we know how 500 feels. Joey, would you welcome me back with open arms?
No, we're past that. Thank you for everything, but we are past that.
Thank you for the air fumble. Thank you for the other drops. Thank you for that Atlanta Monday night game when Carson Wentz could have taken another step.
Yeah, the back of the end zone for the Patriots game, the Vikings game where he put his hands back in and wide open.
Chiefs game where you dropped the open touchdown. We could have won week 2. Thank you so much. The Seattle game where you had to get benched, you mother humper. Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, man. I know, and I know I can guarantee you right now in the comments, put respect on Nelson Aguilar's name.
It's crazy how it's crazy.
He could show up.
He could say that name,
He won a
and we
Super
could.
Bowl.
He could say that name, and we can literally just remember every single bad thing that's happened.
I know it. I'm gonna put respect on his name. He helped us win the Super Bowl.
Oh my God,
it's coming. I bet you it's coming in this chat. I bet you. Dominicio says, "Thank you for Super Chicos. Everyone stunk last year. Let's evaluate week 1." Now, that's true. That's true. You can't. It's hard to evaluate. I'll eat that crow because I think you're right. It's hard to evaluate all these guys when the whole team quit. Death Row South David Super Chat goes, "To be honest, I'm not sold on this season. They fooled me last year. My evaluation is critical, especially with cameraman Nick P. Diddy." Yes. No, I hear you. No, Philly scored 6 runs all in the first inning. Wow. I didn't see the game. Let's see. Bald Eagle David Super Chat goes, "I'm not saying he's Ed Reed, but he's a middle tier starting safety. Just saying he's definitely a starter in the league." Okay. I respect your opinion. I think he's borderline starter backup.
You're just
I don't know. I'm just trying to tell the difference. But, I respect his opinion. I do. I respect your opinion. Thank you for super chat. Peter Riley says 500. You knocked Mark Holmes out the park with a home run. Yeah, Mark hasn't bothered me since that Dan Cilio had to go in there and just crush him. Mark hasn't even said anything. Jay Monty, thank you for super chat. He goes, "We're going to realize how good Cox made everybody pause no Diddy on the line better now that he's not here. Our best guy on defense since Reggie White."
DT?
No.
Because that was a different
on defense, on the defensive line. You're saying?
Yeah, maybe.
Because Brian Dawkins was the best defensive player since Reggie. Daniel says, "I will eat horse shit if Reed does that." Don't do that. We don't need more Eagle fans eating horse shit. We don't need any more of that. Random fandom. Thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on Jalix Hunt? There was a report from Dildo that he could be one of the best.
I can't, dude.
I gotta get. He got me on that because he put it right in the middle. So he got me on that one. One of the late bloomers. By the way, Blankenship All-Pro year. Blankenship. Okay, we'll see. I like Jalix Hunt. I do. There's something about the kid we talked about earlier. I think I don't know. There's just something about him. He's got that it factor, kind of like even like Hurts had when he was drafted. Like there's something about him. Now he's got to go out and learn the position and all that stuff. But I like the kid. I do.
Yeah, just
I got good feeling about him. And thank you for super chat. Nifty, thank you for super chat. Goes, Reed Blankenship is the white Ed Reed. Oh man,
it's gotta be troll now because this is
thank you. Wait, Ed Reed. His pinky. Ed Reed had more talent as pinky than Reed Blankenship has. Come on. Tiller Jordan, thank you for super chat. He goes, "Let the white boy play corner. Brown can be safety." I just think that if you do that, I just think you're not utilizing him right because of his skill set and his versatility. I don't think you're getting the most out of him. I think he could play corner, and I think he could play outside and be good. I just think that if you really want to utilize him, you have a chance for something special to put somebody on the field that can really go matchup to matchup every week with a player, whether it's an outside wide receiver, a slot receiver, a tight end. So I think if you just put him at outside corner, I don't think you're going to get him to play at his best level. That's what I think.
No, I think there's definitely more talent there. So I mean, that was the talks on the pre-draft visit on you could play. We might put you at more positions. Would you have a problem with us putting you at more positions? He's like, oh no, definitely not. So we know he could do it.
Yeah,
that'll be his value.
Yeah. Lewis, thank you for super chat. Goes, not gonna lie, I really expected Howie to trade for a Pro Bowler right guard, especially with Kelsey's retirement. Super Bowl 52 only happens because Brandon Brooks. I think there's two things with that, and thank you for super chat. I think that one, they like some of the young guys that they drafted with this Keegan kid, and then the year before with Steen. I think they like them, and then I think the other thing is Stoutland. I think Stoutland gives them the opportunity to get guys, that may not be all pros or already developed and develop them. And I think that's the luxury and one of the reasons why you don't see them make a bigger push for that, in my opinion.
Well, that's a good thing. Like you're not paying linemen a lot of money. Like that's where we're developing. This is the best development position probably on our whole team when it comes to offensive line. You're drafting well, and look at all the depth you're bringing in. You might have a few steals here. Mekhi Becton, who knows what's going to happen? So just because maybe it doesn't happen. They had Halapoulivaati Vaitai at left tackle, and he came in for Jason Peters. And
how can you even say that name?
I remember. That's why Halapoulivaati Vaitai. Yeah,
I couldn't even do it. Splenda says 500. Did you see the tweet from Gabe Oro on how Reed Blankenship is the best safety on the bench? No, I didn't. But on the bench, yeah, maybe. But he's got to, Huh?
No, I laugh. He said Ed Reed's Pinky is more athletic than.
Yeah. I'm not trying to kill him. I'm not. I'm just being honest. I think to me, for me,
right.
if you have Dejean sitting on the bench, right, because he's an outside corner this year, and he's waiting to get in and play, and you have Reed Blankenship out there at safety, to me, you don't have the most talented players on the field. That's just how I look at it. But I mean, maybe Reed Blankenship will prove me wrong. I don't think he's a bad player. I don't think he's like bad at all. I think he's adequate. I think he's decent, and I think he's a really good depth piece. But in terms of just talent, no. I think you got to find a way to get Dejean on the field, and I think the quickest spot to do that in is that safety spot.
Yeah, it's wide
otherwise
open.
He's just going to be sitting there.
The safety spot's wide open.
Yeah, because I think what's going to happen is you're going to have Slay on the outside, and I think Mitchell's going to wind up taking Bradbury's spot at some point. I think Isaiah Rodgers is going to be in the slot because that, like I said earlier in this video, if Isaiah Rodgers is an outside corner, you're literally sitting a starting cornerback for behind Slay for no reason. And then if you're not, and you put Isaiah Rodgers where Bradbury was, then you're sitting your rookie corner, which I don't want to do. So to me, Isaiah Rodgers got to be in the slot, and then I got to find a way to get Dejean on the field. And I think that safety spot is where you do it.
Yeah, no,
I mean that's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong. Dylan Jordan, thank you for super chat. I just hate the idea of him being stuck at safety. Dejean? Dejean won't be stuck at safety because you still have Reed Blankenship. You still have Sidney Brown. See, I don't look at Dejean as a permanent safety. I just look at safety spot as the quickest way to get on the field now. Eventually, the idea with Dejean is you need a matchup, a certain matchup.
Yes.
All right, you put him there. You need 1 week it's on the outside, you put him there. 1 week it's in the slot, you put him there. 1 week it's at safety, you put him. You move them all around like Malcolm Jenkins was used. That's how you want to use them long term. So when you don't have him at safety and he's in the slot, you have Reed Blankenship come in. Maybe you have Sidney Brown to come in. So those guys are going to play and be valuable. But to get him on the field immediately, I think that's what you do.
Yeah, Dejean is on call. So if there's a matchup we're getting killed at, they might move him to that spot. So it's good to have the more hybrid players you have like that. Or if you have an injury or something, you can always move. Dejean could be that guy you just move and you don't lose a beat. It's great.
Right.
Great luxury to have.
So when, so Reed Blankenship is going to play a lot of football. I'm not talking about him sitting there and wasting away. You're not going to waste him away. He's going to play, Nifty, thank you for the super chat. Gonna miss seeing Cox filling holes out there. Yes. Pause. No Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. LJ, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, Del Beckham Jr. wanted to come here per Lou Scott from ESPN. Oh, yeah? Thank you for a super chat. I think I caught that one.
Lou Skunt. Lou Skunt. Dude, I'm trying to figure it out. Hold on, don't tell me. OBJ wanted to come here as per Lou Skunt from ESPN. I honestly have no idea.
Think about it.
I got it. That was good.
Yeah.
It fooled me.
He got you this time, not me. I skipped over that word. Stevens says the Packers were definitely after Dejean. Imagine him, Xavier McKinney. Oh, God. There is no doubt in my mind. We were saying this during the draft. Green Bay is going to take him. You're going to have to jump Green Bay. They did.
Do you think if we had Xavier McKinney, they wouldn't have drafted Dejean at all?
No, I don't think it would have mattered because you wouldn't have C.J. Gardner-Johnson here.
Right.
I think if they sign McKinney, C.J. Gardner-Johnson doesn't play in Philly. Richard, thank you for super chat. He goes, Dallas drafted DeMarcus Ware out of Troy, 6'4", 254. Sounds like Jalen Hunt. I know. There's just something about this kid. I'm telling you, he's got the it factor, dude. He's going to surprise everybody, you know?
I think there's something there. Hopefully.
Yeah. Let me see here. Did I miss something here? Let me see. We've got Richard. We got LJ. We got Nifty. We got Dylan. We got Lewis. We got Dylan. Nifty again. Random. No, I think we got everybody.
Yeah, we're caught up, I think.
Yeah, I think we're good, guys. I think we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Richard, thank you for super chat. He goes, Dallas drafted DeMarcus. I just read that one. Yeah. We like Jalen Hunt a lot. We do. Remember that time Aguilar helped us win Super Bowl? I vaguely remember that. I do. I vaguely remember.
Here we go.
Yeah. Hall of Fame Nelson Stinkalore. Dylan Jordan, that was one good year. He had one good year.
Yeah,
that was it. And I appreciate that he did what he did for us in the Super Bowl. But man, I'm not gonna treat him. I'm not building a statue for him.
Right,
I'm just not.
Right.
Dylan Jordan, thank you for super chat. He goes, how about this? Me and you heads up race. Whoever wins gets a ham cheese hot pocket made by the loser's mom. Well, my mom's probably going to bring a sandwich pretty soon here. So you're on, Dylan Jordan. We'll do it. Let's see. 500 Burnt Berry better get ready to learn Chinese. I don't know where he's going to be after June. Like, I don't know what the plan is. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I think it's a mistake if they start Bradbury this year. I think it's going to be a mistake.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
yeah, I agree. Hold on. Why did F yourself message get deleted? Mark's gonna say Zeke is back to rookie season form. I don't understand why that would be deleted. That should not be deleted.
No, don't
Where's
delete
go F
people.
yourself?
Who deleted it?
He's got a I accident. Oh, it was an accident. Okay, it was an accident. I think. Okay. All right. So accidents happen. I've done it many times. All right. Random fandom Damer Super Chat goes, think the Eagles will have new uniform designs within 5 years. I really thought it was coming this year. Like, my whole theory was the new word mark. Like, if you look at the new word mark, right, and then you look at the number fonts, it don't match. It don't go together. But they haven't, unless they're waiting for something like in the summer, they haven't announced anything. So I guess they're not doing it this year. Maybe in a few years. I think within 5 years they have to do it.
Yeah. I mean, haven't they allowed like a third helmet this year now? Or there's going to be what, 3?
Yeah, they're allowing a third helmet now. Yeah.
Okay.
You'll find an article that Stu Pat Dizzle from ESPN that blanket ship will be a second coming of Brian Dawkins. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Stu
Pass it a hole? Pass a hole asshole? Is that what he's saying? I don't know. What? Yeah, you guys are getting us tonight. Delete my comment. I think he said it was an accident. It was an accident. Rewrite it, JJ. Philly's Landing said 500 Joey Shakes. You guys should create your 53-man roster for Shakedown Show. We'll do that. I mean, we'll definitely
down
do that.
the road.
I mean, you want to do that like right before the cuts come.
Yeah.
That's when you want to do it. So I like the blackout uniforms. I like the black uniforms, but I don't like the black helmet.
No.
I think they need to make it more shiny. Like I don't know. I almost like the black jerseys with the green helmet. I think that kind of looks cooler, in my opinion.
Yeah, hopefully some changes.
Yeah. Dad says we need to go get another big-time linebacker. We need another defensive lineman, and our defense will be legit. It's going to be really interesting that like, to me, if you said, what's my two biggest worries, one on offense, one on defense going into the season. My biggest worry on offense is that third wide receiver. My biggest worry on defense is the edge rusher. Will we get the same production losing Hassan Reddick that we have,
Yannick Ngakoue is still out there as a free agent to see it. He's 28, 29 now. So if they want to bring him in, get 4 to 6 sacks this year, could produce on the edge. They can always sign him. He's still out there.
Right. Dylan Jordan says, Mom said she's bringing up some bagel bites. There you go. Bagel bites. I don't think I've ever had bagel bites before, but there you go. The Dank is murder member for 35 months. Thank you so much. 13-4. Go Birds. I like it.
Yeah. Schedule soon. Schedule will be out soon this month. So.
Yeah. Tommy says 500 Green Bay still drafted Edrin Cooper and moved back. Yeah, I mean, listen, Green Bay had a ridiculously good draft.
Really good
draft. They had a ridiculously good offseason. And, dude, that's a scary week 1 game because you're not even at home for that game. I hate this game that's in Brazil week 1 on a Friday only on whatchamacallit. No, I don't like that at all. At all.
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Death Row South Denver Super Checkers. Milt Williams will have a breakout season. You could see it coming every time he gets a chance. I know we want Davis to pen out, but I don't see it. Well, I mean, we're going to find out. I think this is a make or break season for Davis. I do like Milton Williams a lot. I do. I think he's a player. I do. Well, we're going to find out. It'll be interesting. The Digital Print House, a member for 46 months. What's going on, buddy? Hey, fellas, hope you're well. We hope you are well, too. Wanted to give you a break from us today. Figured you probably need a break from me texting you every 5 minutes. So, Jesus has made the feelings quite clear about blanket already. Why is it hard for people to understand? Yes. Bonzology said 500 been subbed for 100 months. That's crazy, man. Thank you for your support, man. Appreciate that. 500. What do you think about signing Mike Riapone for short yardage? Oh man, I don't know. Man.
It's crazy.
Mr. Rudy Poo, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, hey fellas, I'm a fellow milkman myself, but are you guys worried we have touched too much milk in skilled positions? We might lead the league. I don't even think about it until people bring it up, to be honest with you. I don't think so. I think we're okay. I think we're okay.
It's always good to have more. I mean, it's always good to have it makes the cuts a lot. I mean, especially you have a lot of guys producing, it makes the cuts a lot harder, but it's better to have more than have less. Better to have more milk than less milk.
What you know what he means by milk, right?
No.
Too many white guys.
Oh, that's
Shipley.
Jesus.
Reed Blanket Chip. and Cooper Dejean. I don't think it matters. If you could play, you could play. If you can't play, you can't play.
White,
It's
purple,
the least
don't
of
matter
my
what
concerns.
you are. Yeah.
Dylan Jordan, Joey Shakes are doing a wife smasher. This one's for you, wife smasher. Wife smasher 69. Tornville, thank you for the super chat. He goes, before the draft, the Eagles set Fangio and their top defensive line scout vibrator to go scout Hunt before the draft.
Yeah, this is fucking ridiculous.
They like Hunt's motor. What?
This is
What?
fucking ridiculous.
I
What do you mean what? What you just read? What do you mean what?
What?
Read it again.
Vibrator. Oh, vibrator. I got you. Yeah, they're getting us tonight. I want to read this. Carlos, thank you for the super chat, man. How much pressure is on Kellen Moore this year? Stacked O-line, arguably the best wide receiver tight end tandem in the league. Saquon, oh yeah, and Hurts, no excuses. Yeah, I think he has pressure on him. I definitely do. You know, the question I have for you guys is this. He goes out there and he has a great year and he becomes a head coach. Do the Eagles let him go? Would the Eagles make him the head coach and let Sirianni go? What would they do? I mean, you're going to lose another coordinator after one more year.
You got to keep the play calling in house, man. You can't do this every year. You can't afford to do this. Vic Fangio is already an old fuck as it is. Like, how long is he going to be here for? You know, like, there's a timetable for things.
Yeah. Bird Gang, thank you for the super chat. Goes, who starts, Ghost or Dejean?
Who's Ghost?
Ghost is Blankenship.
Ghost.
I don't know.
Oh man, I can't.
Man, I don't know, man. I think Dejean. I think Blankenship starts early on, and then I think what's his face takes over from there. That would be my opinion. But what do I know? You know, I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's fine.
He thinks it's fine.
It's good.
Okay, let me see here. Let me see here. No, that's not what I need. That's not what I need. I'll have to come back and look for it in a second. Philly 500. My wife still talk about Joey at dinner. Hey, what are you gonna do? Rogue says, "Hey, Philly 500. I said before, I feel Kellen Moore has already been promised a head coach once Nick's contract runs out in 2 years." Yeah, I mean, otherwise, if he goes and becomes a head coach next year, it's like, here we go. We got to go another offensive coordinator.
No,
you
there's
know,
no way. There's no way.
Nifty David Super Chat goes, had enough of Nick. He's a cheerleader. You're done with Nick Sirianni, huh?
I don't
Nick
blame him.
Sirianni. That's what they call
him.
him. He's listen. I don't know. He looks kind of uncomfortable to me.
Does he look like he's running the show? Because I don't feel like he's got control over anything this offseason at all.
He seems like, doesn't he seem like totally like just uncomfortable in his own skin? Like, I don't know. He looks off to me, man. I don't know. I could be just seeing things, but that's what I thought, you know. What do you think, man?
No, I agree. Like, I don't think he's been involved in much of anything. Like, between the coaching hires, between I think for assistant coaches, I think the coordinators have handpicked their own guys. I think when it comes to the draft, sure, Nick maybe has sat in on some things, but I don't think he's had final say on anything. Definitely not. No way.
No, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where he's at. I don't know what to think. I mean, we're just gonna have to find out, man. It's gonna be interesting. But to me, it just seems like how he did this and how he did that, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, the way I didn't see Nick involved in the draft too much, even when they were trying to trade up and do things. Like Nick's got no involvement.
Yeah. So we'll find out. We'll find out. And here's a reminder. You guys might see right below it says pre-order your Flying Frenchman, Cooper, Dejean, and AX2 merchandise. We are selling those shirts. They're pre-orders now. You could get them. The Dejean number, the Dejean number has been updated. These things are hot right now. So if you guys want it, link is in the description. And definitely check it out. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is there anything else before we say some more bad words on here by accident?
Regarding, because I want to let everybody know regarding like the Philly Shakedown Podcast merch. We have 6XL shirts now that people were asking for. We're gonna have tank tops soon, and we have some surprises for you in the coming week. And before the season starts, we're going to have some big surprises for you guys on some big time releases. So we're very excited to bring that to you guys. So
yes. Dylan Jordan, thank you for super chat. He goes, I'd rather Mark Holmes eating a whole 6-foot-long sandwich playing safety rather than Blankenship. So I'm not the only one who feels, you could upgrade that position, no doubt about it. All right. Well, listen, man. I think that's about it, right?
Yeah. I mean, we've had pretty much one day with media when it came to the. I think the team lifted today. I think they just worked out. Did? Yeah, I think that's what they did today. So.
Yeah, there was no. I was expecting to have more stuff coming out of. More practice highlight stuff. I guess not though.
But that's it. I think we got one more day. I think it's only like 3 days.
Over. I thought it was a 2 day. I thought it was Friday and Saturday, but I'm not sure. But maybe if they were lifting today, then there's probably working out tomorrow. There's probably but we'll see.
Yeah,
and then we'll see if they sign any of these invites. That's what I want to see out of it. Like which one of these invites gets gets an offer to come to camp. So
yeah, that'd be great. Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, definitely. But all right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Oh, we got one more. Dylan Jordan, David Super Chat goes, Alex Singletary 2.0. Exactly. That's exactly my point. Exactly. Alex Singletary 2.0.
Yeah,
it's right because he had a great amount of tackles he had that one year, but it was because everybody in front of him we weren't that good,
I agree.
But it's going to be fun. We'll see what happens, and I think, man, I love where we are right now with the draft. I love all these possibilities that we spoke about with these rookies. That it's going to be one of the most interesting preseasons that I can remember. There are so many players that I just want to watch, play.
How many potential stars do you see for this year out of this draft, or at least producing
long term or immediate?
Do short and long term. Immediate
and
long term.
To me, immediate. When I say immediate, I mean within the first year. I believe, and I not week one, but I would say by the end of this year coming up, I believe Dejean, Mitchell will be starting. I believe Trotter Jr. will be starting. So I'll say at least 3, and then Anaya Smith could be possibly 4. I think you could get that much out of this draft. I think long term, I think you're going to get at least 5.
Yeah, I agree.
At least 4 or 5.
Yeah,
I think because I think Keegan is a guy that's going to start, and I think Jalix Hunt will eventually start. So I'll say I think this is going to go down in one of the best Eagles drafts in a long time, and I believe that like when we look down the road 5, 6, 7 years, and the Eagles have won a couple titles, it's going to be this draft that's going to be a big part of it. I truly believe that. I do.
Yeah, no, I agree with all that. I think a little on the short numbers for the immediate this year, and I think throughout by the end of the year, I think it's going to be Mitchell, Dejean, Anaya Smith will be in the slot, will be producing for us as time goes by, and I think by next year, between the offensive linemen that we have, I think there's going to be a lot more coming out of this draft than we realize. So
yeah. Robert says Ben Van Sumeren will be the best outstanding line. He's an interesting guy to watch, and we keep forgetting about him. But I mean, he is very athletic, dude. He is very talented. He's going to be a fun guy to watch in training camp too. It would be nice to see a big jump from him.
Oh yeah, undrafted, yeah.
But I think we have a good chance. Joseph says Nolan Smith better have 10 sacks. Yeah, I mean I'm in wait and see mode with Nolan Smith. I'm in wait and see mode with Nakobe Dean. Those guys I got to see something from. And even Jordan Davis. I mean, Jordan Davis has already flashed to me that he could be a stud. He's just got to be able to stay, conditioned enough to do it all year.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But all right, guys, with that, we are going to get out of here. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much. And a reminder, get your Flying Frenchman shirt and stuff.
Yes.
In the link in the description. And with that, we are out of here. Peace.
Base. Oh, dude, what the fuck?
The Cooper! The Flying
Oh my
Frenchman!
god. Oh my god.
C'est bon! I'm dizzy. We did it. We transformed the Philadelphia Eagles secondary. We now have a secondary that is going to be good for years to come. Because one, we got Quinyon Mitchell, but we also got the Flying Frenchman, Cooper Dejean. That's right. The Flying Frenchman, Cooper Dejean. C'est bon. Oh, here's another interception. That's right. Cooper Dejean is about to dominate the NFL. Can't wait to see him out on the field. And if you're like me and you thought this was a great move by the Eagles and you support this pick, then you definitely want to check out this shirt. The Cooper Dejean Flying Frenchman shirt. Look at this thing. You can see it in midair, flying through the air, transforming to an eagle. That's right. Cooper Dejean is here. Link is in the description. Get your shirt now while you can, because Cooper Dejean is about to take the Eagles to another level. Denzel Washington out.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off, it's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott!
Trying to feed him
Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb! Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You tried to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb! God! It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Judge, don't take it.